Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they unfold live. Market opens up here in less than a minute. So let's see what happens. Think I'm going to watch IPOA out of the opening gates. I will keep you updated. Have an order at 64.55 here for 500. There's the break of 65. Now it's just a question of can it work its way down to 64.55. I will keep you updated. All right. A little slow here on CEI, so I'm going to go for 1,000 shares at 290. Wanted to play the $3 break, but like I said, it was a little too late on that. So let's see if I can get a pullback here. All right, I will pause it for the time being. Okay, I have an order to buy 1,000 shares at 325 if it wants to pull back here. But 330 acting pretty stubborn. All right, I'll let you know if it looks like I might get a fill. All right, I am in for my first 1,000 at 301. I apologize, I don't think I quite captured the entry point, but that move was very, very quick. So again, I apologize. I'll have to go back and look back at the video, but I don't think I actually captured it. And I have 1,000 at 315. So they've given me, there we go. So out there for 140 on the pullback. So right there, the power of charts. Did it bounce? Nailed the bottom on that one. One as low as 301, and that's exactly where I got in. But if it does want to go back down there again, $285 would be my next first entry point. So $285. So there we go, $140, and a nice, I don't know, was that about a minute or so? I don't know how long that was actually in, but I'll take it. Very nice move here for members, and one of the questions I get quite a bit, and I've been trying to do a better job of showing in these videos, is Clay, I know you offer that private community. I know it comes with the chat room. How does the chat room work? Well, here is just an example of an alert that was made in the chat room. And I just took a screenshot of it just to keep things streamlined. But alerted the 345 break, which was valued at that green line right there. And I walked away, and it was not anything that happened right away. So there's definitely a little bit of patience that was required. And that's why I didn't even capture it on video, let alone get in, because I just wasn't paying attention. And I was, like I said, away from my computer the moment it happened. But the point here being that this was alerted as a key break, so members had the opportunity to keep an eye on that. And from that break, it has since gone up as high as about, what is that, $3.80. So very, very nice break there, but that's just a very streamlined kind of quick example there of how the chat room community works. And yeah, so congratulations to members that got in potentially maybe a little bit before the break or got in on that break there. Very, very nice move, and the movement continues. I have an order at 340. I was looking to potentially buy a pullback here, but as of right now, it's looking like it's just going to leave me in the dust. But regardless, always my consolation prize is knowing that at least the members are making some good money on it that got in. But we'll see what happens. This thing looks like it might want 4 and above. What a move. All right, I'll keep you updated. And just a little update here. This monster move continues. I've been trying to get pullbacks, but it just isn't pulling back as much as I would have wanted to chase. And chasing would have worked, to be honest. That's just such a terrible habit to form because it will bite you. So this is one where, yeah, just kind of watching the balloon float away on me here. I'm not going to give up on it, but it kind of is what it is. But yeah, for the members that got in at 345, they're up over $1 a share now. In really just under 10 minutes. But yeah, let's see if this thing can pull back. Okay, there we go, nice. So I'm in there at 451 on the pullback there. represented by that green line. So looking like I might be able to get some more shares. Change that to 461 now. So change my order to 461. So out there for $100. I made that adjustment just because things were looking a little bit sketchy there for a second. The 451 originally was a good entry point, but then, like I said, when you saw it start to drop down there, I needed to start to kind of mitigate that whole situation by just being willing to accept less gain. So still $100, and still, wasn't I wasn't going to bail from the trade or anything like that. But had to admit that, okay, maybe 451 wasn't the best entry point. Therefore, in order to compensate for that, like I said, just was had to be willing to take a little bit less on the trade. But I need to stop talking here for a second. And let's see. I think I might have missed the entry point on that one too. If I did, I apologize. I'm not doing so well. But let's see. We'll go to 415 if this pullback wants to continue. And the problem with chasing is, actually, let me get my annotation tool up here again. The problem with chasing is, like I said, yeah, it's worked. I mean, for the people that maybe chased there, it worked, or chased there, it worked. But for the people that chased right there, and who knows, maybe they've chased all these other times. But now you got to think, well, what are those people going through right now as it's pulled back? And to be fair, maybe those people get bailed out again. But hence, that's where the bad habit comes in. Or else maybe they just hold, and if this thing continues to go drop, and drop, well, sure, all those other times they chased, they won. But now all of a sudden they're giving back those gains because chasing and then holding and hoping is not actually a real strategy. So again, just because, chasers have been, profiting across this whole move here, all it takes is one chase that doesn't work and the price just pulls back and then keeps on pulling back. And then all of a sudden, all those times it did work have been wiped away. And sometimes, you even drop more into the red. So like I said, just imagine how the people up there are feeling, that we're buying at somebody literally bought at $4.95 right now. And at this point, it's all the way down here. Again, it very well may be okay. But the point being, that's just not a good habit. So 415. Next first entry point, I will keep you posted. Okay, I have an order at 401. Just want to get it documented out there just because this one is such a fast mover and that I've missed, I think, the first two entry points. So just in case third time's a charm and I missed the next one, at least you know that I'm sitting down there at 401. All right, I have an order at 395 now. And once again, this thing is getting very, very fast. So 395. Let's see if it can break down through the round number of 4. When as low as hit 402. So my 401 order still would have never been filled. So I'm feeling just fine about my 395 order. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I changed my order to 387. So let's see if it can work its way down there. Okay, well, going to 380 at this point. I'm double checking a couple things. Yep, 380 I feel good with. So 380, let's see if this pullback can continue. All right, I am in and out for another $100. I am terrible, but in my defense, that move happened literally in the blink of an eye. but I do need to get this updated here. So I am just a miserable failure here today as far as capturing entry points, but let's see if we can get 375. So 375, next first entry point. I feel like this might be the first video where I've never where I've missed every single entry point, and I don't know how many videos. I think I have like, here we go. I'm not going to miss this one. I'm not going to miss it. Well, how low did it go? 378 and then stopped. All right, well, at this point, I'm going to go down to 355. So 355 now entry point. I wanted there, and it basically bounced right off the level that I wanted, but it just I never got any shares. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this level down to the next entry area, which is represented by that green line right there. But as I was saying, I think I've done like, I don't know, 300 of these live trade videos, maybe more. I've lost count. I've been doing them for like 5 years now. But I think this may be the first one where I've never captured a single entry point. But I don't know. Sometimes I think the exit point is maybe the more exciting part. I don't know. All right, I will pause. I do apologize though, in all seriousness. But this one is just moving so quick. And to offer up some context here about how my screen actually works. So that time right there where you see 1041. So 1041, that's when I put the order in. So my order was out there for basically 17 minutes before it finally got filled. And you saw my exit, but that's kind of also why I wasn't really paying attention, because I mean, it's been sitting out there for literally 17 minutes, no fill, and then all of a sudden that crazy move happened and filled me, and it allowed me to get out quickly. So I suppose I'm trying to offer up an excuse for myself, but the learning lesson there is not an excuse, but just to show that, yeah, sometimes you'll have orders that sit and sit and sit and sit, and all of a sudden you're in and you can get out very quickly like you just saw, and that was $100 in literally seconds. But let's see if this thing can pull down to this green line here, again representing 355. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up 90 minutes into the day, and that's where, especially during the summer, I like to just be done with it. 90 minutes, got other stuff to do, and just want to move on with my day. So 90 minutes, $340, I'll take it. To me, that's definitely worth the time. Maybe $340 for 90 minutes of time is not worth your time. I realize we all value our time differently, but I'm very happy with that, especially when I'm able to multitask and get other stuff done too. But if you are interested in, let me take a step back. First off, if you just enjoy the video and you would like for me to keep making these videos, the easiest way to communicate that to me is to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in getting part of the community and part of that chat room where I showed the alert earlier, then you can go to claytrader.com, and there is a link to that. And really the question boils down to, do you think the community can help you make $8.25 per, not day, but per week? If you think so, then yes, you will be able to recoup your costs very, very quickly. So again, the number breaks down to, do I think the investment can help me make $8.25 at least per week? Then it's a no-brainer. Now, if you don't, then yeah, you would not be able to recoup the investment amount to join. But if you think you can get over that $8.25 hump, then you would be good to go. And then finally, if you're interested in learning how to trade with charts and technical analysis like what you're seeing here, I mean, they're a great tool to build a strategy that fits your risk tolerance and your schedule. Then again, you can go to claytrader.com, and I offer what's called the Trading Freedom Pathway Program, so you can look into more details there. But if nothing else, and you just enjoy the videos and you want me to keep making them, like I said, easiest way to communicate that is to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you next week. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total.
I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.